So while parents of unplaced pupils remain frustrated, the Basic Education Department is urging them to be careful of unregistered institutions. Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga has also pleaded for patience while authorities in her department, in the respective provinces that they work in, sort out the backlogs. In the Gauteng province, for instance, unregistered schools have mushroomed and they prey on desperate parents. But how can you avoid the expensive mistake of enrolling your child at a bogus school? Gauteng Education's spokesperson, Steve Mabona, is our guest on this conversation. And Steve, thank you very much for making time. It's great to have you on the program. And it's an ancient-old issue, isn't it? This matter of there being schools that are operating illegally, essentially. Are you getting a sense that it's getting worse?
Well, good morning, Diana, and all our viewers. It's a matter that we are really attending to it because we have to beef up our independent schools, unit, get more officials that will be on the ground to assist us to make sure that we identify, working with the security cluster, make sure that they assist us with the closure. And if there are arrests that need to be effected, then the police will be in a position to do so. So, like for instance, in the last term, we've managed to close about 20 schools. And we will continue to close them, but we just want to appeal to the public to report such schools so that we then close them. Because, a bogus school delay the education of a child. Because when you leave that environment, you will not be recognized anyway. So it's very important for parents to be mindful of the fact that if you are taking your child in a bogus school or an unregistered school, to put it that way, you're delaying the education of your child.
Yeah. Of course, to sort out this matter, we must also deal with the underlying issues. It's mostly parents who are desperate for their children to be placed at schools that end up falling prey for these bogus institutions. And perhaps the question then becomes, what kind of a surety can the department start introducing to parents who are worried and desperate that their children won't have an education?
No, desperation should not lead parents to derail the education of their children, because it doesn't help. So you are desperate and then you delay the education of your child because no recognition thereof. So you then need to make sure that at least the child is placed in a school that is recognized, that is registered, because some prefer to take their children to private schools. Reasons, it's not only the issue of us not being in a position to accommodate. Reasons are many. Parents sometimes they prefer to take children in private schools. So they just need to be aware and make sure that they report to relevant authorities. We have, a hotline numbers. Actually, we have 3 of them that we can share with you, so that the public is aware, and our officials will be in a position to assist and make sure that we close those schools, and not only close. We also have a responsibility to make sure that those learners that are found in such schools are then placed, appropriately. That's what we've been doing. Where we close, we incubate the learners, make sure that we understand what subjects were they doing, or their interest, and then we look at all those, and then we get appropriate schools where we then place them.
In the heat of the moment, when a parent wants to place their child, they might not necessarily be wondering whether a school is legitimate or not. In what ways can they check quickly if a school is either just operating as a private institution or is in fact not even registered to begin with?
We can share the hotline number. It's 060-891-0310. And then the other numbers, at the end, it's 0310, and then we have 0324. So those numbers, our officials will then be in a position to assist. But failing which, we have our toll-free number, that is 0800 000 789. that number, they will be in a position to assist you further. If you have failed, probably you could not get hold of the officials in the hotline. But I assure you that we have actually made sure that we provide more resources in that unit, and there's more people now operating in the independent schools. So they will be in a position to assist and make sure that if it's a legitimate school, they can say yes, it's a registered school. If not, then they will be in a position to confirm with you that the school is probably a bogus one.
Sure. And when can we expect, at least in Gauteng, for all the unplaced learners to finally have a seat in a classroom?
Look, the MEC has committed publicly that by the end of January, we should be done with the process of admissions. Remember the outstanding 700 that he actually announced. Now we are at under 300, which we know where our challenge is the Johannesburg Central. That's where we are finalizing. But the rest of the categories, I'm talking about those that would have said, I went to school X, I could not find grade 2, 3, 4, moving up, your inner grades. We are interacting with the schools, but we normally give them 10 days, after opening schools, just to check on how many learners will be coming or will not be coming back. And then those spaces will then be available to parents. And then remember, we still have late registration that we are doing, but that one, we will be in a position to update in terms of the numbers. But we have availed schools that have space. Once the school reach capacity, then we take it out of the system. So, yeah, that's what we'll be doing. And our district offices, we still have a lot of people that are going there saying, I was placed at school X and I don't want it. Those ones, if we can assist, we will be in a position to assist. But if we cannot assist you because you think that a school probably they're not teaching or is not your preferred school or all other reasons that we think that they are not probably they are unreasonable from where we are sitting, because we are looking at the number of people that seek space. So we should be in a position to say, no, we will not going to be in a position to assist you.
All right. Steve Mabona speaks for the Basic Education Department in Gauteng. That's the time we have. Thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. Really do appreciate it. Just to give you a quick reminder of those numbers again, and this is if you want to verify whether or not a school that you want to enroll your child in is operating legally. One of the numbers is 060-891-0310. The alternative is the same number, but the last 4 digits are 0324. Alternatively, the toll-free is 0800 000 789. I'll try tweet those for you as well in case you want to use them. But once again, Steve Mabona, thanks very much indeed.